For today's videos, guys, I want to share you about my discussion of cycle of refrigeration system. So, in refrigeration system, they have four major parts: the compressor motor, the condenser, the expansion valve, and the evaporator. These parts works together to move heat out of space and keep it cool. So we start from here, from the compressor. Compressor motor, this is the heart of whole refrigeration system. It serves as a pump of the refrigerant. Here in the compressor motor, they use different range of voltage. They use 115 volts to 230 volts. So the cycle begins here into the compressor motor. The compressor motor sucks the low pressure, low temperature saturated vapor at the pressure of 45 to 65 psi at the temperature of 55 to 12.2 degrees Celsius. At when the compressor sucks this refrigerant and it turns here, the compressor they have parts inside the motor, the connecting rod, and the piston, and it works there. It compresses the refrigerant and is squeezing it well and turns it turns into hot and send it here into the discharge line. When the refrigerant comes out here into the compressor, it's at a vapor state in the vapor state, but in the high pressure, high temperature, superheat, and the pressure of 350 to 500 psi. So from low pressure to low temperature saturated liquid, it turns to high pressure because of this one, the compressor increasing the pressure and temperature. When it comes out here from the compressor, the refrigerant flows here to the condenser, where the condenser rejecting the heat to the surroundings through the help with this condenser blower. Condenser blower absorb the ambient or outside temperature air and blown here into the condenser pins and condenser coil. As it cools down, it changes the vapor state into liquid state at the high pressure, high temperature, saturated liquid at the pressure of 270 to 380 psi at the temperature of 63.8 to 57.7 degrees Celsius. So the liquid state of the refrigerant or liquid refrigerant at the high pressure, it flows here into the expansion valve, where the expansion valve reduce or control the flows of the refrigerant and reducing the temperature, reducing the pressure. So when the refrigerant comes out here into the expansion valve, the state of the refrigerant is not a liquid but in the low pressure, low temperature saturated liquid at the pressure of 69 to 75 psi at the temperature of 44 to 66 degrees Celsius. So from high pressure, it suddenly drops when it turns here into the expansion valve. So it drops the pressure, so it at the low pressure, low temperature saturated liquid. So when it comes out here into the expansion valve, the refrigerant flows here into the evaporator. Here, it absorbs heat from the air inside the space that need to be cooled or area that you want to need to be cooled through the help with this evaporator blower. Evaporator blower sucks the ambient or temperature of the room or air temperature of the room that you want to need to be cooled and blown here into the evaporator coil or an evaporator fins. As it absorbs heat, the refrigerant turns into a vapor state or vapor, and the cold air blown here outside the room or to the room that you want to need to be cooled. And while the vapor state returns back here into the suction line or flows here into the suction line and return back into the compressor, and the compressor compress it again, and the cycle repeat over. So thank you. This is my report or discussion of this refrigeration system. I hope you understand. Thank you very much.